Good evening, viewers. My name is Jennifer Moirore, Marketing Manager at the Wealthsmith. Today I'm happy to be joined by my colleague, Nelson Mwangi, who is a Senior Wealth Manager, as well as one of our customers and the founder of Chama Investments Kenya group, Facebook group, on the program. We will be discussing about the untapped potential in Chamas and how we can expand our Chamas to make money for us. So welcome. Ms. Rachel, Nelson, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yes, my name is Nelson Mwangi, a wealth manager at the Wealthsmith, and today we are talking about Chamas, so I expect our viewers to actually engage us with a lot of questions.
Yes.
And we're here to offer you the solutions in matters real estate investing and real estate, getting property.
Last but not least, it gives me great pleasure to invite Ms. Njeri Mbudia to tell us more about herself and her experience in Chamas and why she felt the need to open the Chama group on the Facebook page.
Thank you. So I am the founder of Chama Investments Kenya Facebook group, and the reason I started that group, which I did I think 7 or 8 years ago, is at the time I had just joined merry-go-round, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt the need to invest, just to put my money somewhere where it grows and not just to have my money rotating across, individuals. And so I needed that kind of a investment. The other thing that inspired me to come up with that group or to create the group is that I realized at the time when I was in this merry-go-round, there is that social aspect when it comes to Chamas. And for me, I think what really disturbed me was the fact that as a Chama, we will meet up, but then 80% of the time will be spent on social conversations as opposed to the investments. So I wanted to transition into a serious investment. And of course, I needed to understand like the different kinds of structure, what will suit us. And it was not easy to get that kind of information. I will get a few bits here and there. And so that inspired me to create that group. So I started that Facebook group, Chama Investments Kenya, just to create a platform for people in Chamas to share ideas and even their mistakes so we could learn from them. So for me, it was just inspired from my experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nelson, I hear Rachel saying that there's a need in Chamas for us to pull our monies together so that we can do bigger things, go further. They say if you want to go far, go alone, but if you want to go further, go as a group. So how does then the Wealthsmith address the need for that coming together and having something significant?
It's much easier for you to venture into land buying or land projects as a group. Because you see, when you come together as a group, you're pulling resources. You're pulling your money together, and you will actually grow the money as a group. Now it will be more money than you had. You see, you have the little, she has the little, it becomes the match. And you see, for us as the Wealthsmith, we are here to offer the solution for that. Because when you come in as a group or as a Chama, we're here to give you ideas. We're here to help you get the best rates that we have for land. And again, we also have discounts for the groups.
Interesting. So Rachel, I wonder at the point where you have joined this merry-go-round and it's a vicious cycle of we pull our money together, then we give this person, and then more often than not, you will attest that we women, you're given that money, then you buy your children something, you do something, then at the end of the day, you really cannot account for this money. So my question to you is, at the point where now you say, okay, this is not working out for me, I think we need to have a larger conversation. What were you looking for at that time? What did you want to gain from a Chama?
I think, so there are several things. As much as the merry-go-round taught me how to, it gave me some kind of discipline when it comes to saving, because by this day, by this time, you should have contributed or sent your money to someone.
Yes.
But I think I was hungry for growing my money.
Yes.
So I needed to see my money grow. And so this is what inspired me. I mean, I needed to see my money grow. And of course, the bit about the networking aspect from like-minded individuals. So I wanted to also be part of a team that thinks the way I did, think about investing and not just, having money, the same money I gave coming back to me, not necessarily with, growth in terms of interest, because I know with merry-go-rounds you get in volumes, but it's typically, if you look at it, it's the same money you gave, just going around, depending on the time, not really growing. So I was hungry for that, and I tried to share this with my members because I needed like-minded individual who will share my vision.
Would you say then that, I know you have invested with us as an individual. Have you found what you were looking for at that time in terms of like-minded people who had the same vision and ambition as yourself?
As a Chama, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. So late last year, I came together with a team of like-minded individuals because we shared something in common. And we started a Chama. It was quite an experience. There's a lot to be learned. So we started a Chama. We are currently 45 members, registered as a private company. So yes, we are a Chama. We are a legal entity as a private company. And yes, so we are all thinking the same way I envisioned when I started Chama Investments Kenya.
So what are some of the targets that you have set for yourself as a Chama? What do you have, other than that, just the pulling together of resources, do you have ideas of where you want to go, things you want to invest in, where you want to put your money to see it grow?
Yes, I think one of the things I appreciate is that we are a diverse team. Members have diverse backgrounds, so we are able to share lots of ideas. But one of the things that we did when we were at the start, because we had to, one of the things that you have to do as a Chama is to come up with your objectives, what is your goal, etc. So we had a survey internally on what we wanted to invest in. And based on the results, that's where we chose. That's the way we chose to go. And coincidentally, property real estate is what majority of the members chose to go. So yeah, that's how we.
So Nelson, I throw this back to you, and then my question is, we are finding more and more Chamas wanting to go the Home Africa route, where you can see your investments. We've even seen border Chamas putting up an estate. So it really is a need in the market for Chamas to come in, right, and find a partner to invest with, because the members of the Chama necessarily do not have the time to say go for site visits, they have identified the projects, but the implementation bit of it, because they are in different professions and they are doing different things. So my question is to you, how does then Wealthsmith tie in with a Chama group like an investment club like Rachel's to grow for Wealthsmith to see their dream grow?
Thank you so much actually for bringing in the term a club. Club, because I heard you mention that we as women, when you mention Chamas, most people actually think Chamas are for women, or it's a women's entity. But statistics actually show that 3 Kenyans in 10 are actually members of Chamas. 2 are ladies and 1 is a gentleman. So we've seen men also embrace the Chama idea of forming the micro savings or such a group. And we as the Wealthsmith, we tie in by actually helping them as consultants. So you can actually come to us.
Yes.
You have already pulled your investment capital, and you want to venture into real estate. Just as she said that they found real estate being the best idea for them. So we try in by joining you with our business development team. You sit together, give us your ideas. We give you our ideas. Because there are those groups that actually lease land to do farming. There are those groups that actually buy land to speculate and sell later on. There are those groups that will come buy, build, and manage their property. You see, so we get your ideas, then we tie them in, and we actually help you realize capital.
So how does Wealthsmith help Rachel's group that is going to say real estate? At what point do you come in, other than the consultants, because they don't have the time to do it, right?
Yes.
So how does Wealthsmith do it for them or help them in their investment journey?
Okay, we tie you in with a wealth manager or a group of wealth managers who actually work with you. So we become your groundsmen. We become your groundsmen. We identify the ideas that you have with the projects that we have. We identify, like for example, we have Amara Gardens, which is the holiday homes concept. So we can give you as a concept. You buy the land with us, then you build your holiday home, which entirely it's in Nanyuki, which is the gateway to the Northern Corridor Tourism Circuit. So you will be getting bookings and monthly incomes, which you can actually share as dividends.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So maybe to expand to that, Rachel, I would say we not only offer you the land, we come in, we help. If you don't want to take land with us, we help you identify places. We help you with the concept paper. I don't know what your Chama is looking at going into, or when you say real estate, would it be internally? We have holiday homes, we have
the projects. We have, for example, Waterfront One, which you can actually build whatever you want, because we have commercial land as well as land that you can actually develop retirement homes. Homes that you can stay in, and we have the holiday homes concepts. We have Esian, where the company is actually doing a hotel on one side, and it has a river, an all-season river in between. Then you can do villas where you can realize monthly incomes. And again, as she's saying, we do value additions. By value additions, I mean you have your own land. Let's say, for example, in Nairobi, you're not developing it right now, but you'd like to do something to add value to the land.
Yes.
Because again, you don't want your land to stay dormant. So as a group, when you come in, we join you with our value additions team, where they can advise you on what to do. You can either do permanent beacons, subdivide the land and sell it out. You can plant trees. In 2 years, harvest your trees, sell it as timber, and timber is on high demand in the country. You can do fencing on your land. Once you've done fencing, when you're selling it to somebody, the land will be at a higher price. Yes, because that's value addition. Yes.
Okay. So Rachel, other than the aspect of identifying common projects that you'd want to do, I would be interested to know, was there any challenge in the coming together of ideas, in the sense that you had a group saying we want this, or what are some of the challenges that you have overcome with your current investment club?
So our club is still quite young. I think we started, the formation process in, I believe, September of 2020. And it's just maybe 2 months ago when we managed to incorporate it as a private company. However, even before that, before the incorporation, like I said, we had to come together and just reason out in terms of what do we want. So each individual had their own goal, but of course we just had to agree on where to go, and that's why we did the survey. But in terms of challenges, I think because we are not there yet in terms of investment, we are still, we know that we want to invest in property. But in terms of challenges that we've come across, I think I will say just forming that structure, the processes involved in forming the structure as the private company. But it's good that we were also able not only to use our own human resource within the club, but also engage experts, external experts like the legal experts, etc. So that made it a bit easier for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must say that most of these chamas are actually skeptical in investing in real estate mostly because of misinformation.
Yes.
And you don't actually have to be an expert. Let's take it, for example, in terms of health. Yeah, you don't Google your symptoms and Google the medication, go by the medication. So it's always good to involve an expert, and that's where the Wealthsmith comes in. We come in as experts in real estate, so that we can hold your hands, guide you, and tell you which are the best projects, how is the market, because property does not always appreciate.
Yeah.
We've seen houses in Kilimani depreciate in value. So we come in as experts to tell you this is the right place to invest.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do not invest in Nairobi because of this and that. Invest in Nanyuki because Nanyuki is growing. Grow with Nanyuki. Yeah. So that's how we come in as experts.
At this point, I'd like to invite our viewers from home to kindly ask us any questions that you might have, any concerns that you might have, any just how to form a chama, how we can partner with you to give you solutions to what your problems are. Rachel, I'd be interested to find out, at the point, traditionally chamas, like you said, chamas are mostly gender biased in terms, meaning that there are more women than men. At the point of formation, how easy was it to get both men and women on board? Or are you gender binary? Are you all women? Is it a mix? Is it more men than women?
Okay, so yes, yes, it is a mix. However, I think we are more women than the men. I never thought of that initially. Now that you've brought it up, I think for me, I was happy that we are. It's both genders are part of the club. In terms of how easy it was, I think for us, because we all came with that. We all knew we wanted to be part of the team, and that's why it was easy to create this the Chama. I really can't say that it was a problem trying to balance, even though I know majority of the members are women, but we have a very good number of men as well. Okay. Yeah.
I know there's always this bias or narrative that women can work together. So my question to you would be, how then do you overcome the negative dynamics in a group setup with a lot of women?
Well, oh wow, good question. Like you say, that's a notion that goes around. I think for our Chama, the fact that we all have that same goal, I think I cannot say that it's been difficult working with us as women, members of the Chama. I think because we all share the same interests. I'll give you a bit of background. So our Chama started. All our members went through financial planning and wealth management course. Okay. So you can already see that these people had investment in their minds for them to do that course, a 3-month course. And so we just came together and said, why can't we do a Chama? So I can't say that it was a big of a challenge, because we had that goal.
At the point of setup, I would be curious to find out. So you you all know that you want to form the Chama, you agree, you form the Chama, you form the structures, and then you do the internal survey like you told us, and then you identify what the project is. So at that point, what do? Have you approached other companies? Do you want to do it yourself? And if you want to do it yourself, what are some of the challenges that you've come about?
So I think the most important thing is to do your due diligence, and that will require a lot of research.
Yes.
So what we've done in our Chama is that we have different committees. Economics and research is just one of the committees that we have.
Yes.
And they've done a great job in trying to, see where of course, we knew that we want to do property and, real estate. But then the other question was where? Okay. And so we had to do another survey, and members shared, and surprisingly, people wanted to invest in Nanyuki. So I think for us, what I can say to answer your question about identifying a company, I think most importantly was for us to identify why, to get to understand why members wanted Nanyuki. Okay. And so this committee was able to come up with reasons why Nanyuki, made sense. So I cannot say that we have gone to the extent of identifying, because we are still doing our due diligence. However, it's something that I know will come up, because we already know this is what we want to invest in, which is property and real estate, and now this is where we want to invest in. So it's all about doing our due diligence, getting to share with the rest of the members, because of course not everyone said, in the survey said Nanyuki, so we have to, for the sake of the others, explain why Nanyuki. And so the economics and research team has to do their work on the ground, find out why Nanyuki is a good destination or why it's not. And so that's the process that we are at now.
Okay. I must admit that I like the idea of you having done the research before you started investing, getting the survey from most members. In Kenya, statistics show that we have above 400,000 Chamas, or micro savings groups, and these groups actually control above 3.4 billion US dollars. That's above 300 billion Kenya shillings. And at the Wealthsmith, I must say that 33% of our investors are actually Chamas. And we've had Chamas that have not done their research. We've held their hands since they started investing, and I must say, as at now, they are controlling a good percentage of land that is actually in Nanyuki and actually in our projects. Okay. So I like it that you did the research first, but we as a Wealthsmith, we can also come in at the research part of it. You do the survey and know what members want, then you can submit it to us, and we'll help you now procure or identify the sites that can actually help you in your investments.
Yes. And we not only do that, we actually do that, like he was talking about value addition, because sometimes you find you just don't have the time to do it. So like he said, not only do you invest, once you invest in the land, land always appreciates, and there's something to be said about Nanyuki, because you see that all the studies point towards that direction. However, you have bought this land, you're not ready to develop the land at the moment. So how Wealthsmith ties in is, like he said, value addition. We'll fence it for you, we will plant trees. So the trees then become another source of revenue that probably the company, the Chama had not thought of as well. You could do agribusiness on your land. There's no shortfall of ideas. We could also come in and be your construction consultants. What concept is it that you have? And depending on where the site is, we would advise, right? From our research in-house, from other commissioned researches that we've done, we are able to tell you this particular place, we think this would work better than the other for people who don't have time.
Yeah, you see, when you're identifying the right partner, you have to get the right partner, especially for the young Chamas out there. You need to get the right partner for your real estate investment, because Like for us, the Wealthsmith, what we actually do, we've moved from just selling land. We moved from just selling land to now doing things like value addition, being your consultants. We actually, most of these things that we do as value additions after selling property, we actually don't charge for them. We have business development team members who actually work with you after you bought the property, because we don't just sell land and move out.
Yeah,
we are there to work with our investors. After a while, we'll invite our investors for a Jua Jirani Wako initiative, whereby you can go share ideas. It can either be in the city, or we can plan a trip to go to the site where we've already sold you the land. You see? So you need to identify the right partner, so that you don't just invest and say that we only have the asset. You need to realize some income from that.
Okay. So Rachel, other than real estate, any other direction that you see yourselves growing into, or in terms of real estate, any concept that you're thinking more towards, and if there's any, what is it about the concept that you've chosen? Is it high returns? What is it?
Well, so first of all, what we're doing is that as we continue to contribute, we are also trying to diversify our investment. So we are not putting all our eggs in one basket. So we are trying to diversify our investments as we, try to just, get more returns to our investment, as we try to, identify the area where we are going to invest in terms of real estate, which is of course our end goal. So yes, we are diversifying investments before we now do the actual, investment in the property. So it's something that we are doing instead of just putting the money in the bank where we contribute as we are looking for land. We also want to grow our money. So we are diversifying our investments. In terms of what we want to do, so the fact that we already agreed that we want to do property or real estate, so different members will have, so there are people who want to do retirement homes. There are people who want to just relocate out of the city or out of wherever they are to just settle there. And people who are just, they just want that prestige of owning a home.
Yes.
So and the fact that Nanyuki is a growing town, and I think that's what members are looking at. Yeah.
Nelson, I see a question from one of our viewers who asked, do the properties have title deeds? I think you can speak on that.
Yes, all our properties have freehold title deeds. In that after the years, you don't get a lease or a certificate. So we give freehold title deeds.
Yes.
We have projects that actually have ready title deeds, and other projects we actually process the title deeds within 60 to 90 days. Within 60 to 90 days. And actually this week we are supposed to be delivering around 40 title deeds, because since the company started in the year 2014, so far we've done more than 2,200 title deeds. Most of those actually being between 2017 and 2021, as at now that is.
Okay. Another viewer asks, I see Wealthsmith has a concept on holiday homes. Can you speak more to that?
Yes, so we have Amara Gardens. It's a holiday home concept. This project is right next to Olpajeta, Olpajeta Gate B, where it leads you to Sitwater's tented camps. So we've already done fencing for this project. We'll have a live fence. And the concept that we are selling the land as half an acre, a good size of land, because we want it to be simple for the few who are going to invest. And we've done a very proper, nicely done gatehouse. So this project will be giving you the concept of a holiday home. We've already done our BQs, we've done everything. So once you invest in the land, we now move to the to the other step where the business development team works with you through the concept. What will actually be controlling for this project is the outlook of the building.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can do a 2 to 5 bedroom house. It will have a swimming pool. Then we'll have the paved way. Then the live fences. So it is something out of Nairobi, out of this norm. And as I mentioned earlier, Nanyuki is a gateway to the northern tourism circuit.
Yes.
There is a lot of demand for accommodation, that either being holiday homes, either being people wanting to lease a retirement home for their parents, when they get to that old age. And something just to note, in the last census that we had, that was in 2019, the mortality rate of Nanyuki, I think if you can go through that report, you can see the weather in Nanyuki and actually where our project is located. The climate in that area is spectacular, and the views, the 360 view of the Loldaiga Hills, we have the Mount Kenya, we have Aberdare Ranges, Olpajeta is right next to you, there is a lot of goodness in that project. Yes.
Rachel, I wonder what's the age group in your Chama is. Do you have really young people? What's the variant in age?
Oh, we are quite diverse when it comes to age. So we have, I believe, the youngest will be probably mid-20s, and the oldest perhaps mid-50s.
Okay.
So we are, I could be wrong, probably older than 50s, but it's within that range. So we have, from mid-20s to mid-50s or maybe late 50s. Yeah, so it's quite a big range.
Then my next question would be, what would be your advice to chamas, unlike yours, which are traditionally merry-go-round, and there's nothing wrong with merry-go-round chamas? Then how do we then look forward to secure our future? Because we at Wealthsmith are all about your tomorrow. How do you then advise chamas?
Bless you. Yeah, so I think the most important thing is for the Chama members to identify their end goal. Why have they come together? Why have they formed that Chama? What is their end goal? Work on their objectives, because one of the biggest reasons why some Chamas fail is because they digress from their objectives, or they just fall out of their objectives. So it will be important that they focus on their objectives. Of course, being active participants, so that it's not just 2, 3, or a bunch of people are active, and then because that easily makes lags the Chama. The other thing I will say in terms of for people trying to come up with Chamas to make their Chamas successful is of course diversification. Diversification of their investments. I think that will also help them work, and just even using their own internal resources, being a diverse. Yes, there must have been something. All chamas, all members in a chama have some common background. Either they went to school together, or they are in the same church, or So it's good to just diversify. Or use your own backgrounds, individual backgrounds, to develop the Chama. I think that's another thing that I will tell the Chamas.
She mentioned something about members being cooperative. As I said earlier, the Chamas actually help investors or the members of the Chamas pool resources together and attain the capital to invest in real estate. As the Wealthsmith, I must say, we have the best flexible payment plans for Chamas, because we only give you, we give you a nice timeline. You only need to do a 10% deposit. Like for example, for Amara Gardens, you only need to do 200,000 out of the 2 million that you're supposed to pay for half an acre for a holiday concept in Nanyuki. Then the rest we give you a very flexible payment plan. So members of Chamas, or if you are in a Chama out there, all you need is to contact us and we'll actually customize a very flexible payment plan for you.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a viewer asking, I don't know if this one is in a Chama. If you're not, you need to join one. It says, hi, I don't have the full amount to buy the property. Is there any way I can pay in installments? I think Nelson has answered that.
Yes.
We do not only have the concept for holiday homes, we have smaller parcels of land that you can buy.
Yes.
Nelson, I believe you can speak more to that.
Yeah, we have smaller parcels of land that people can buy. We have land that we've subdivided into 8. We have for about 9 months we've had Waterfront 1, which is a project that was 38 acres. They've subdivided into 8, and we were selling it at initially at 199,000. Currently it's going for 299,000. The value appreciation is due to the developments that are actually on site. We have a holiday home that should actually open up soon. It has already been constructed, it has everything, the fittings have already been done, and now we have Waterfront 2, which is going for 249,000 with only a deposit of 30,000. Then you can do the payments within 3 months without any interest. And we actually have developments on this site as well. Yes. So I must mention at this juncture that we always take our clients on site. Every Wednesday and every Saturday of the week, we are always headed to Nanyuki. And we are well known in Nanyuki, by the way, I must say that. The Wealthsmith is well known there because we've had most of our projects in Nanyuki. And let me just say that we are well known around that area.
Okay.
Yes.
My next, I think I would also want to expand to, we are not only in Nanyuki, which other areas are we?
Yes, so we have done projects in Nanyuki. We have projects that are in Nairobi, Kisaju area, that's along the new pipeline road, which is actually Chamas. Projects that are close to the road, less than a kilometer, we have a project that is 1 kilometer away. So there we have Ngong Hills View, we have Pipeline, we have Kisaju Gardens, such projects that are in Nairobi. And we are not only into land, we are also into construction. We are doing a housing project in Kitengela as well. Okay. So if a viewer can actually contact us in regarding to that, we'll attach them to a wealth manager who will walk them through the journey of writing their story of wealth.
Okay.
Yes.
Most Chamas are known to be women. I think we have discussed that at the time. I'd like to give you this opportunity to tell men, are they Chamas? Is there, I know you have a challenge for them. So what is the challenge for them?
The challenge for them is, as I mentioned earlier, about 33% of our clients are actually Chamas, and less than 5% of these are men. We've only had, I believe, for a long time, men have not welcomed the idea of calling their groupings Chamas. But we always have boys clubs. We always have these boys clubs, which are also, I would call them micro savings groups.
Yes, they are.
So it's time for us not to plan road trips, drink outs, you know. It's time now to invest, and investing in real estate for men is the best idea, because in the future you'll have a lady in your life, you'll have a family, and when you've invested in real estate, I believe it's a thumbs up for you. Yeah. So men out there should actually invest in land. Contact us at the Wealthsmith. We can, if you choose to have a wealth manager as a lady, we always have ladies. If you need gentlemen, we have noble gentlemen around, and we'll attach you to a wealth manager.
All right. Yes. So the challenge that Nelson was supposed to give the men is that we are not seeing you. We are not feeling your impact, men. So I am throwing a challenge to all the men. Buy 10 plots with us, and I will give you a good gift. I want to thank you for your time, gentlemen and lady. Please follow Jerry on her Facebook page. It's called Chama Investment Kenya. They have very good insights that you can learn from. Learn from one Chama, learn what the other Chama is doing, get ideas that you can incorporate in your Chama. And we thank you very much, Rachel, for visiting with us.
Thank you.
And for our viewers at home, Thank you for your questions. We want to tell you that we are located at the Westcom building, that's at Westlands, opposite Safaricom. Our numbers are on our website. Please feel free to get in touch with us. We'll tell you how to get advice, how to identify sites, how you can partner with us for different projects that you're thinking about. We thank you for your time and we bid you a good night.